more details around examples of these things. So what are the causes of these things? These identity theft, ransomware, phishing, and all of that. Most times, great. You do not work for something, somebody's proposing something. We've seen a lot of funny stories. Somebody comes and says there are some, they have some oil well somewhere, and they're looking for money to just exploit the ground, and they believe you'll be a partner. Some funny stories like that, and you find a lot of people falling prey to these funny stories. Recession, a lot of people are financially affected, so they are looking for quick gains or quick money, so to speak. So you have to be careful. Internet of things, everything is on the internet. You have to easy access on the internet. These are the things that cost it. So lessons learned: do not share login information to anybody, whether physically or logically. Be wary of the information you share. Make use of what security settings offered by what social media platforms. So on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, all of these social media platforms. Make use of what multi-factor authentication, layers of security that they have put in place. So business email compromise. Most of us must have heard of this, or if you haven't heard of this at all. So what does this mean? BEC, most of us in organizations are falling prey to this at some point, or we must have seen this before. As of January, we had cases of about 137 of them. As of February, 1,118. As of March, 9,116 business email compromise. What are they? A situation whereby your email ID is cloned. So you get an email coming from somebody, a member of staff of the organization, exactly using the same interface, almost the same ID. But if you look closely, something always gives it away. But they have studied, probably they have been in your environment for a while, studying the ways by which you guys communicate, your modus operandi and all of that, the language, in terms of reference and all of that, and send you an email looking exactly like somebody from within the system. And if you're not very careful, might be found wanting. Okay? We're saying that between January and April 2020, Nigeria operated under the Stephen area has launched 10 COVID-19 team business email compromises, producing over 117 phishing mails across board. So the question is, we have to be careful that we are not found wanting. Toyota lost about $37 million to date, $89 million. Nickel in 2019 lost $29 million to business email compromise. You can see lots of money. How many organizations in Nigeria or in Africa can lose this amount of money and they'll still be able to survive? So these are not things we play with. We must be careful about things we interact with online and how we respond. Cyber criminals are seeking to leverage on what? Because of the pandemic, due to health concerns and attendance restricted movement, practically all official communications are communicated virtually. Business development such as finance accounts that we normally operate on sites are now working remotely. Business operations hitherto on sites have been moved online. But now, thankfully, business are coming back to normal. But then these are still exposures that we have, and we did not be found wanting. So we talked about business email compromise and what are they? What do they look like? So this is just an example. So email scammers are well known to quickly adapt to major global news themes. Business email scammers, they are very informed. Scammers adopt same strategy. Business email compromise has claimed losses of over $26 billion since 2013. So this is an example. All right. This is from Clark Kent to the victim. So probably Candy. All right. So what is he saying? How are you today? I need to update my direct deposit information before the next payroll is completed. Okay. What details do you need, please? Regards, Clark Kent. So it then replies, please stay safe and always take necessary precautions against pandemic COVID-19. May we never be a victim. Now, can somebody tell me, is there anything giving anything away in this email, for example? Can we spot any red flag? You can type in the chat box. Igwagbo Akomolafe, you want to speak or you want to type in the chat box? I told us this, it's an interactive session. So, yes, Igbagbo Akomolafe, you want to respond to this? You can just type in the chat box. I'll pick it up from there, if you don't mind. Just one response. Do you think there's anything wrong with this? Or is there? I think that should be the question. Yeah. Anybody wants to respond, just type your response in the comment section. I'll pick it from there. Okay, you are not responding. Samson, can you hear me? I want to be sure that I'm audible.
Yes, I can hear you, and I think they've started dropping their thoughts on the chat.
Fantastic. Okay, Plankett is a fake name. Not necessarily Plankett can be somebody's name. Okay, somebody said nothing looks amiss. That's Biola. Jerry Akas. Plankett can be somebody's name. If you work with white people, that could have been somebody's name. The email address is attacker. Thank you. So there's something I should also mention. Yes, details Clark Kent requires. Okay, thank you. Yes, the details the person requires. That's where you start getting suspicious. The name, there's nothing wrong with the name, but the source. When you get suspicious emails like this, one thing you should do is that take your mouse over around the from where that email is coming from. It will show you the destination where it is coming from the sender. It kind of gives it away. Once you see any funny URL, you will know that yes, this is coming from an unknown source, not from your environment, not within your domain. Attacker@gmail.com. Thank you is a suspect. Thank you. So you have to look out for these little signs. But this one is not even believable. As we go forward, you see some ones that look almost perfect. Thank you for all your responses. Details, it deals with financial information. Yes, so you need to double check anything that requires financial information. Like I said, this one is not even believable. Let's move forward. You'll see some that are even more believable that looks almost exact, and sometimes you wonder. Okay. All right. So another one. Good morning, Will. How are you? I hope that everything's okay. I am personally managing an operation in collaboration with the Nelson and Murdoch advocates in France. Mr. Matt is representing them. I will need you to assist him and give him necessary support on the subject. It is important to manage the file today because we are already late due to the corona situation. The file is confidential for the moment. I count on you on your absolute discretion. Mr. Matt was supposed to contact you this morning. Has it been done? Kind regards, Bruce Wayne. Now, type in the comment section, is there anything wrong with this email? Is there any red flag? Or do you think it's perfect? From the source to the subject, to the sender, to the content. They keep using names of comic characters, so they are interesting. Okay? That's a good one. Yes, the absolute discretion required. Yes, okay, that's a good one. Abiola, I see you. Igbabo, I see you. Yes. What else? One more person. Okay? Why is he in a rush? Mr. Wayne be coming down now. A lot. Reply to has a special character, not exactly the sender email. Thank you. Mr. Matt is not a complete name. Thank you. Okay? Urgency in the mail. Sometimes it's always urgency. Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. It shows you are following. So what are we talking about? So these are the few tips. Always question any emails requesting for fast action. Once they're always urging you to do it immediately within the hour. This is an urgent request. Think about it for a second. Always verify. Okay. Once it requires you to the fast action, whether they seem usual or not, especially if the request is not following normal procedures. Understand communication style of co-workers and correspondents. Okay, that is also debatable because these guys could have been in your environment for a while and they are able to clone your communication style. So you have to also be careful around that. Always make a phone call to verify the legitimacy of a business partner or a supplier. Yes. Use two-factor multi-level authentication for initiating wire transfers. Look out for what? Unexpected read emails. Okay, read emails. These are the signs that we need to look out for. But it gets interesting as we move forward. Just walk with me. Okay, so there are several types of social engineering. We have the phishing, whereby I'll just throw blast emails, to several people and look for who will just respond. We have the likes of baiting that test you with something, giving you something you might be interested in. Have a chance to win $20 million, blah, blah, blah. And just bait you, send you a link, and just click on it. That's bait. Tailgating, this can be done, physically, following you there and using your access to get into an environment. Okay, someone can also tailgate you online, something like stealing your access code. Pretending to be who you are not by, cloning a text message. Quid pro quo, that trying to get favors by returning favors, giving you something in order to get favors in return. These are examples of social engineering. But what are we saying now? We're saying that cyber attacks vendors, 96% email continues to be the most common vector at 96%. 90% phishing mails are the ones that they are usually exposed to. It's easier to exploit human nature than to exploit holes in the software. Like I said, human beings, people are still the greatest source of threats in any given organization. Because there is no patch for human ignorance, yes, there's no patch for human ignorance. You can patch system, patch technology, and all that. But for human ignorance, the best you can do is awareness, 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 education, education, education. Okay? People are the largest vulnerability in any network or security chain. Yes, I agree. Part of least resistance. Why spend hours, days, weeks to crack a password when you can just ask for it? Fantastic. Some of you here, you share your passwords. We'll get to password management very soon with your spouses, with your friends, and all of that, your colleagues. We should be careful. Phishing attacks is on the rise. So be careful not to be found wanting. You need to be careful when you get a mail. What are the social engineering red flags? The from, where is it coming from? Like I said, over around the email, you're able to see the destination, the URL gives it away. The subject, there's always something that gives away the subject. Look at it. Did I get an email from a subject with a line that is relevant or does not match the content? Is the email message a reply to something I've never sent or requested? You have never asked for something. You got a mail saying that your package has been processed, has been sent. You have not ordered anything, and you are believing it and you're clicking on it. So be careful. Hyperlinks, be careful when there's always a need for you to click on something. Attachments, be careful not to click on funny attachment, especially if you're not expecting something. It can be dangerous. Once you click, you can be gone for it. Content, read the content properly. Be careful, look around the dates. 2, where is it coming from? If I was CC'd, it's not your business, but it was sent to me. You need to look very closely. All right. So becoming aware. What are the common tricks that we need to look out for? So what are the common tricks and subjects that these guys have been using over the last few months, over the last few years, with the advent of the corona, the pandemic? Okay, fantastic. Here, I see some messages. Yes, kindly type in your message here now. Okay, when it's too good to be true, it's really not true. Thank you, fantastic, Viola. I like that. When it's too good to be true, it probably is. I like that. So these are the kind of titles that that they used to catch your attention. Coronavirus safety tips. Everybody wants safety tips to stay alive. COVID-19 newsletter, missed voicemail. HR shared this with you. New cases reported by the EU. Assist urgently. Action required. Please pay your reseller account balance. Please use your invoice. See invoice attached. Your COVID-19 stimulus package is ready. Things like that, just to get your attention. But then we need to be careful such that we are not found wanting. A very quick one. I like the one on the right. That's just because of our time. Let's dwell on that for a bit. You remember as of last year, when there was a lot of lockdown, countries locking down, and some people had already booked their tickets and maybe going on vacation or traveling for one reason, business trips and all of that. And airlines had to start canceling flights. Remember that there was a lot of refunds, cancellation, and all of that. These bad guys latched in on that, and a lot of people, were found wanting. Emirates, Ethiopian Airlines, across the world. These are examples of BECs, business email compromises that they were able to do when they were able to hack into some databases and all of that. So what are we saying? So these are an example. Dear customer, due to the recent developments in the health situation linked to coronavirus, Emirates has to cancel your flights. As our call centers are currently experiencing an unprecedented workload, Emirates has an exceptional, simplified and automated refund process. You can immediately correct refund what's your ticket amount by clicking on the below voucher per passenger. Now, most of us can laugh now, but I assure you, if you are taking a poll few months back, and you had, booked your ticket and you got this kind of message pretending to be from your airline, at least more than 20% of us here will have clicked on it. True or false? Let me see comments in the comment section, please. What do you think about this? If you had booked a ticket, true, thank you. If you had booked a ticket and you got this, most of us, I need my refund, I need my money. Because you have paid money, you probably paid maybe 500,000 naira or something, 20,000 naira, and your money is hanging. You can't travel anymore. Okay, airline reform, I got a mail. Oh, our customer service is busy. Just click on this thing to claim your money. Most of us will not check. We will not look at the URL. We will not look at the where is this coming from, because we are anxious to collect our money, to collect our refund. Most of us will click on this, and these are the ways by which we are falling prey to these things. True, you can see a lot of people are in agreement. Okay, so it is important that you can as an organization. So there's also the business to business bit of it, whereby you find a situation whereby it is even these bad guys pretending to be companies, that, for example, in this kind of case now, they can say that they're acting on behalf of maybe ticketing companies, the likes of Wakana and the likes, these bad guys cloning Wakana, for example, saying, oh, we booked the ticket on behalf of our clients, therefore want to claim the refund on their behalf, we will then pay our clients. Things like that, business to business. We can still fall prey to these things. Copywriting at best, you can see. Fantastic. So sometimes they prey on the actual present situation, what is going on. Now, maybe most of us might not click on this now because airlines have coming back to normal, tickets, flights are beginning to take off another. But when there was lockdown, where you knew that you could not travel, nobody wants to forfeit their tickets. It's either I travel or you give me back my money. Most of us will have clicked on this, and these are examples. Once you click on that link, you are gone. So these are the little examples, things by which we must be careful, such that we are not found wanting. So this is another example. Hi, Alex. This notice confirms that your password was changed. So imagine that this is coming from your IT support in your organization. That your password was changed in digital drawers. If you did not change your password, please contact the site administrator, ekpods@gmail.com. This email has been sent to alexaye@digitaldrawers.net. Regards, all at Digital Drawers. Do you think there's anything wrong with this email? Or is it perfect? What can you see? Type in the comment section, please. All our Digital Drawers, okay? All our Digital Drawers. What else? All our Digital Drawers can be a signature. That will not be the first thing I will look at. WordPress, okay? Site admin is using Gmail. Thank you. That's the first thing I will look at. Administrator using Gmail. That's the first red flag. Yeah. Everything from the general email usage, yes. The Gmail address gives it away. Thank you. We are following. Thank you. You can see these things look funny right now, but these are practical examples of things that we fall prey to, and some of us have been vulnerable to all of these things. Thank you for responding. You should have an IT email. Yes, administrative user. You should not have a Gmail. That's too generic. Thank you. All right. So another one. This is a very interesting one. So now, assuming Robert Brown, this mail is coming from Robert Brown. Robert Brown is the CEO of this organization. Robert Smith is the CEO of this organization, right? Sue Brown is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer of this organization. So let's see what they're saying here. Assuming now you are the Chief Financial Officer of the organization and you get this mail from your CEO. He says, Sue, please, do you have a moment? I'm tied up in a meeting and there is something I need you to take care of. We have a pending invoice from our vendor. I have asked them to email me a copy of the invoice. I'll be highly appreciative if you can handle it before the closing of banking transactions for today. I can't take calls now, so an email will be fine. Regards, Roberts. What do you think? The rush and he can't take calls. Yes. Okay. The fact that the CEO says, but sometimes it can happen. The CEO can be busy. Well, it's possible. It's possible that the CEO is busy. So that will probably not be my first red flag. Let's look at this. What do you think? The fact that I have to reply another email address apart from the ones that sent it is a red flag. Yes. Trying to block for that confirmation by saying no calls. Yes. I like that. Yes. What else? What else can we look out for? What else? Let's look at the source, where it's coming from. Do you think there's anything wrong with that? The email subject, yes. Please get back to me, Sam. Yes. You have an old timer to be stable to respond carefully. Yes, you have to be an old timer. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I agree. There's something else. Looking at that source. Yes, your domain.com. It's a red flag. Like I said, all it takes is just taking your mouse, hovering around it. You will see these things. Okay. If you see the reply to says that what attackerdomain.com. These are the little things that we don't pay attention to. All right. So please, let's look out for these things. But because of our time, let's move. All right. This is another very interesting one. Assuming this is coming from your bank, assuming you have an account with Citibank. All right. It says, dear customer, according to our records this month, your registration for our guaranteed, okay, Trust Customer Digest monthly bulletin has been processed. And this comes with a monthly charge of what? 11,450 naira. As your opinion is important to us, we would like you to confirm your registration. That means registration to be debited 11,450 naira. Okay? Now you'll be thinking, I didn't register for any bulletin. Wait a minute. Now hold on. See what they are doing here. Look at the second line there. If you wish to reject this registration request, which most of us want to go for, follow the council reference below. So you see what they have done here, right? The first one is click on it such that we can charge you 11,450. So most of us will say, oh no, I don't want to be charged. Why will I be? I don't need your bulletin. I don't need your magazine, right? The second option is to what? Okay, for you not to be charged, click on it. So whether you want to pay the money or you don't want to pay the money, do something. There's always an invitation to treaty that invites you to take an action. Be careful. If you don't respond to this within 12 hours, you will be debited. Now, if you are the one that received this email, what will you do? From your bank. And even still, they have the logo and everything. It looks almost believable. What will you do? If you're the one that received this email, I will call their customer care up. I will delete, call the customer care. Okay. You know that, when it comes to awareness, like what you usually see is that, a lot of people have thought it through because it's awareness. But in reality, when I do simulation tests, for organizations, some of my clients and all of that, you find out that some people still fall prey to these things. If I had done this test in your organization and sent this, like assuming it's coming from your bank, I assure you still have a good number, 10, 15, 20% of people that will click on it. That none of them, some of them will not even bother to call the customer care, the bank, or IT, or even delete. They'll click on it. Why? No, people are very, when it comes to money, oh no, I don't want anybody to deduct my money. Click, reject. I don't want you to collect my money before you know it. Okay? I'll call the bank immediately. I have 12 hours to do a double check. Okay? Delete. Make sure you do not click on any link. This is the ideal thing, but really, because it's okay when we are saying it now because it's a class, in practice, it's just awareness. In reality, how many of us actually take our pain to call our customer care support and all of that? My dad received such and shared with me during the lockdown, deleted it and just ignored because I know the bank did not do such. I will click this link. I recently experienced unauthorized debit on my account and I was willing to click on any link on the page because imagine if they have debited you, I don't want any charges anymore. Please, I don't want any charges. It can even come as text message. Click on this link. It can come as email, and you have to be careful. It's just most of us are saying you won't click it, but in reality, some of us will do because especially the fact that there's money involved. We don't want to be debited, but it's important that we're going through all of these things and we can take cognizance of some of these ways by which we can easily be preyed on. Okay? You should delete and block such sender. Well, in an ideal scenario, yes. All right. Thanks for all your responses. Okay. They might even send a false alert to the email to convince you to pray. Yeah, I agree. We would have clicked before remembering. I assure you, most people will have clicked before even remembering to call the customer support. Why? Because by default, your first reaction is, oh, you want to charge me 11,450. I don't need your magazine. Click, reject. So, yeah, that worked. Remember what we said. Social engineering, BEC, these things are not, there's nothing technical about it. It's just working on your psychology. Things that they know that they can trigger you, to take actions. All right. So just have to be careful. This is another example. Assuming it's coming from your email service provider, telling you to say that Your email is full. You need to click on a link to delete. No service provider, your Gmail, your Yahoo mails, and all of that. Microsoft will never send you such mail for you to click on something to delete. They ask you to delete yourself if your email is full. You don't have to click on a link. So these are the simple things that you might not, consider something that you need to pay attention to, but we've seen people falling prey to these things. So these are not just random examples. People are falling for these things. If you do a case study in your several organizations for some of these things that we have done here today, you'll find out that a good number, a percentage, 10, 20%, and I'm giving you statistics of people are always falling prey to this. Because it's just human reaction. Most often than not, we really don't take the pain to look through these things and we'll fall prey to them. But let's just be careful. Another very interesting one, I spoke about ransomware before, and I said, just like the word implies ransom, but the only difference is that in this case, it's a digital attack. So your system is taking over your details and all of that, your files, your data, and you're asked to pay a certain sum of money. Yes, my coin, we do this random and people still fall victim. Yes, I agree. I've seen it several times. All right. So let's look at this very funny example. This is an example of a ransomware attack. Now, this is a mail you got from the guy that has taken over your system that you are falling to the ransomware attack to. So you get this mail saying, months ago, through your system, I infected your operating system with a virus, Trojan, creating me, and I've been monitoring you for a long time. So it's telling you that I've been in your environment, I've been watching your system for a long time, I've been in your system, seeing everything you're doing, shadowing all you're doing and all of that. Even if you change the password after that, it doesn't matter. My virus intercepted all the catching data on your computer and automatically saved access from you. So even if you change your password, it's already in your system. So it catches it, and whatever you change it to already has that information. It happens because you probably clicked on something or whatnot. I have access to all your accounts, social media, email, browsing history. Accordingly, I have the data of all your contacts, files from your computer, photos and videos. Now it gets interesting. I was most struck by the intimate content sites that you occasionally visit. So assuming you're someone that visits maybe a pornographic site or something like that. All right. You have a very mild imagination, I tell you. During your pastime and entertainment there, I took screenshots through the camera of your device, synchronizing with what you are watching. Oh my God, you are so funny and excited. I think that you do not want all your contacts to get these files, right? So this is a situation whereby you probably have maybe, nude pictures on your phone, very graphic pictures, of yourself and your spouse or something like that on your device, on your system and whatnot. And this guy is not bluffing. He has sent you samples, sent you videos and pictures of what he has in his possession. He then says, if you are of the same opinion with me, such that you don't want your contacts to have access, the public to have access to this, your pictures and all of that, then I think $500 is quite a fair price to destroy the debt I created. Send the above amount to my Bitcoin wallet. Remember what I said? Bitcoin wallet. This is the wallet ID. You cannot trace this. It's in the dark web. There's nothing you can do about it. If not, he has promised or asked, threatened you to say that it will disclose the information. Now, let me say this before you respond. This is an hypothetical situation. This is a situation whereby you yourself, you know that you have some compromising pictures and videos on your system. And he has shown you proof that I'm not bluffing. He has shown you samples of what he has. So if you are the one in this situation and he has taken over your device, your system, as the case may be, what will you do? Will you pay the ransom, or you call his bluff and you're ready to face the public, I don't know now, PR disaster or image blunder, as the case may be? What will you do if this ever happens to you? So it's a case of paying $500 or calling his bluff. Remember, he's taking over your device, even if you change your password. ask for expert advice. In this case, so unfortunately, so what it usually comes up when I'm doing that, when it's people say, like, in this case, the expert advice is what we have done before now, not to fall prey to ransomware attack. Once you fall in prey, at this point, even if you change your password, you wipe your system, you format and all of that, you have taken everything out. Yes, you've sent the guy out, you format and all of that. But the question still remains: the guy already has access to some of this, your pictures, videos, sensitive data. That one is already with him already. That one is nothing you can do about that. The best you can do is down your system, format your system, wipe your system. But it still boils down to the point. He has already gotten access to those your information. And this guy is in the dark web, is anonymous. At that point, you have only two options: call the bluff or pay. So what do we have here? May it never happen to me, please. Well, that's a prayer, but in this case, I'm sorry, you have to be proactive and not so that you are not found wanting. You don't have to pray about this. Okay? I have received similar email on Yahoo Mail. I simply ignored it and deleted the message. I do not have such pictures. So remember, I said this is not in the context where I do not have such pictures. I'm saying even you yourself, you have such compromising pictures, and he has shown you proof that I have sample, I have copies of them. So this is not a case of you don't have it. We are playing a scenario here. The scenario is that you have them on your system, you know that you have them, and he has shown you samples. So the question is, are you willing to face the public scrutiny of your, maybe, God forbid, naked pictures all over the internet, or you are willing to pay $500? That's the context here. We are not saying you have this kind of pictures on your device, but we are saying this is the scenario that you have them, you have them, and this guy is acting to your system and has gotten hold of them. Okay. Somebody said, count my losses, do the lesser evil. Which is the lesser evil? Biola. Oh, mine. And in reality, I would pay only if I don't have things he's talking about. But the funny thing is that if you decide to pay, there's also a chance that the guy can come back tomorrow again and just start blackmailing you every other time. But you have no control over that. But I don't know. Let me see. Call the bluff, because if you pay, he might come back. Yeah, I agree. I do not entertain terrorist law. But it's not an easy decision to make, because you want to think of the negative publicity that this will give to you, especially maybe you're a religious person or something like that. You might not. So not everybody is able to withstand public humility stuff, humiliation, stuff like that. Some people, there was a class I was in. I was conducting general staff awareness for some directors in Lagos State government Parastate House, and some woman made a very funny statement. She said, that she's a deacon in her church, that she cannot stand this kind of thing. That it's a suicidal issue that she cannot stand. So that what she would do is that every month she would budget $500 for the guy. So I'm thinking that's a funny one. But then you never really know how you're going to react until you face such things. So the prayer and the idea and the conclusion of all of this, what I'm trying to achieve here is that we'll make sure that you are not falling prey to ransomware attack. So I don't even want us to discuss what we're going to do once you have, you fall in prey. The point is, do not fall prey. That's why be careful what you click on, be careful the sites you visit, be careful what you respond to, be careful what you post. These are the ways by which, you're not found. Because at this point, you are rather after your reputation. It's a hard decision, though. I agree it's a very hard decision. So that's why I said the conclusion here is to make sure that you are not found wanting. Because if you are found wanting, your options are really limited. All right. That's an interesting one. Thank you, everyone, for responding. So let's move. All right. So phishing mails, what are examples? They are the mass random ones, whereby you see what this so-called always try to do, call it spraying, where they just have somebody just gives them maybe 1,000 email addresses, just spray to everybody and expect that maybe a few people will respond. Maybe spray to 1,000 people, maybe 100 of them will respond. They'll start praying on those 100 people that responded. That's mass random. Spear is the targeted on one organization. So for your organization in particular, for example, Curacell, maybe the guy has gone to buy the database of all the email addresses in Curacell. Password sprays Curacell. Everybody in Curacell receives the email. Maybe out of 50, 10 people click on it. That's 20% sample size. He works on those numbers. Whaling is targeted at one individual. Most times, the whaling is for the top management, the CFO, the CEO, the CTO, those high level, the chiefs in the organization, the directors, because they understand that they contain sensitive, they have a lot of sensitive information and they are financially buoyant. they'll be able to pay the ransom. So be careful what you click on because you are a target. Okay, so how do I tell? What I think you need to look out for, like I said, we'll be giving tips. Unexpected. Most times these emails are always unexpected. Asking for something, on the go. Always urging you to do something immediately. Watch out for spelling mistakes. Lack of personal information use. Ask for an action. They're always asking you to do something, open these attachments, go to this website, provide this information. Okay? Beware. They are becoming increasingly convincing. We've recently seen some of these things. Some of them, something gives away. See the one around that GT Bank one now that was saying that click on this link. It carried the logo of the organization, looking almost perfect, the color combination and all of that. See the one for the Emirates airline, asking you, to click on the link such that you can get a refund for your ticket. Looking almost perfect. They are becoming increasingly convincing. So you need to take your time, look closely before you take an action. Okay? All right. So what are the common attack methods that I think you look out for? Like I said, please say attach the invoice. They always tell you to do something. Click here to open your scanned documents. Your package has been shipped. Your shipping receipt is attached. I usually make these jokes in my trainings where I said that, maybe when you went to, maybe if you're a Christian here or something, maybe went to your church on Sunday, your pastor had said that this week you will receive a blessing, unexpected, blessing. They say, somebody just sent you a mail, your package has been shipped. So maybe it's your sister from the US trying to send something to you. You did not order anything. So why are you expecting something that, really work for? You didn't order. So be careful. Like we said, they're always playing on people's greed, people's expectations. So be careful. If you did not order something, why are you clicking on attachments that something your package has been shipped? Be careful. I want to place an order for the attached list. These are kind of ways by which they phrase their tenses. Please verify this transaction. This kind of things they ask you to do. You have been asked. They'll make you panic. You have 10 messages in queue. Okay, click to make them come in. Your message, your mailbox is full. Click here to free up space. Nobody, your Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Apple Cloud and the likes, they will never ask you to click on the link to free up space. By yourself, you can delete old messages. Okay? So what are the several behavioral expectations? Think before you click. If the email address smells fishy, it probably is. Somebody mentioned it before. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Pay attention. Nobody will ever email you randomly offering you money, gift cards, iPhones, etc., unless they're trying to scam you. They are not your family. Why you? Okay? You've seen people falling prey to this thing. Someone just mentioned it randomly saying they're trying to, exploit one. I've seen very funny stories, all those very funny ones on Facebook and saying, oh, there are some priests in one country that are trying to, extract some gold in the ground in their country, but just need money to get, the guys that will dig the ground. Think very funny, silly stories like that. And you're interested, you think, oh, this is your breakthrough. Please be careful. Nobody randomly will offer you something, that you didn't work for. Be careful, okay? Don't be greedy. Over the hyperlinks before you click them to check that it's true destination. Like I said before now, check the destination. It always gives it away. Once you take your mouse to the hyperlink, you always see something there. Don't ever send your password or personal details via email to anyone. If it's an email from someone it's coming from an email address you haven't seen before, call them to verify that it's legitimate. Even if it's from a family member, call to confirm that it's legitimate. All right? So if we find ourselves here, what should we do? I'm sure you're talking about the ransomware. Like I said, yes, you call your IT team, they'll format your system, try to recover your device and all of that. But then that still doesn't solve the problem of the guy already having your data, your details, your pictures. There are two issues there. Number one is to recover your system. The other issue is to make sure that your information doesn't go to the public. But if you are willing to bear the consequences, you call their bluff. That's up to you. I'm not in the position to advise on that. But what I can advise is on the technical bit, whereby you have to take to IT format your system, try to retrieve, change your password, put encryption, and all of that. That's to just recover your system. But the information the person has already gotten information. That one is gone already. So the question is, are you paying or not? That's not for me to answer. That's up to you it's your call, really. Okay? All right. Now, have you been hacked? I like what John T. Chambers always says, the chairman of Cisco. He says there are two types of companies in the world. Those that have been hacked and those who don't know that they have been hacked. Very funny scenario. I said earlier that FBI was hacked. So if FBI can be hacked, who are we? But the objective is to make sure that as an organization that we are not found wanting. We do what we can. All right. So at this point, we'll watch the first video that speaks to social engineering and see how some of us have been careless online and the way by which we can be social engineered. So Samson, please play the first video titled Social Media.
Okay, you can stop sharing now so I can play the video.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Please, let's watch this video and I'll ask questions afterwards. Thank you. Go ahead, please. Samson, please check the sound. We can't hear you. Sound, please. No audio. Samson, check the sound, please.
We're checking now. Just...
Like I said, please pay attention to the video. I'll be asking questions afterwards, please. Thank you.
Do you have sound where you are?
Still no sound, please. Samson, please check. Please check your sound, Samson.
Can you hear? Do you have sound there?
Still no sound. Just check your sound card. Apologies, please. We're looking for something to come up with the videos such that it helps us to buttress the points. And Samson, are we good?
1 minute, 1 minute, please.
All right.
be to get personal information from complete strangers. Keep in mind when you watch this video, I got all of this information just by searching their personal social media posts. And I got it by searching for the closest Twitter, Instagram, and other social media posts to my current location. Let's go. Sorry to bother you. Is your name Jessica? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jack.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
Good. That's my name.
Ashley. Whenever it comes to me and I know who it is, I know it's weird, but I have to shout it out to see if I'm right, and in that case I was right, so.
What the f*** right now? Wait a minute.
Are you Stephanie?
How do you know me?
How you doing? I'm Jack.
Did you just make that up and you said that?
No, Elena, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say happy birthday. Someone in your family is referred to as Pops. Is it like a dad or a grandpa or something?
You were tripping me out right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Hi,
Happy
Jack.
birthday to you too, because I know you were actually, I should have said it to you because yours
How do
was
you know
before hers. But
birthdays?
anyway, well, it's been like 7 weeks now or something like that. But anyway, good to see you guys. See you later. Like a little white curly dog, sort of like a little white dog.
Stop it.
That's creepy.
Do you have a doll? Paris. I don't know Paris. Wait.
It wasn't Paris though, it was like the first few letters, like pear or par or something like that. Am I right?
That's what I don't know. I didn't know she had a dog.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
Blanca or Blanca? Is that, how did I? Blanca. It's what? Blanca. 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 Okay. Is that your mom?
How do you know all this?
Bear, I feel like, or something like.
I call yours Spear Bear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cannot.
Recently, like, had lunch, dinner, or something like that. Chicken. There was chicken involved. I know for sure.
Shut the hell up.
I know. Nikki?
You're kidding me.
Is it right?
Yeah.
see what I mean? Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You were tripping me out.
Who's like Richard? I keep thinking Richard. What is it?
Richard Parker.
Richard Parker, like Peter Parker. Because I had a Spider-Man flashback. Your last name starts with a K. Crow, something like that.
Who told you to do this? Because that's a lie. Did you get your license somewhere? Seriously, did you drop it?
There's some business that you're in, some kind of a business that has to do with cell company or phone company or something like that. Yes? Wait. Is it AT&T?
What the f*** is that?
AT&T, yeah. Let me see what else I can find out from your Instagram. So this is a social media experiment. There's video cameras. Through that picture, we were able to find out all kinds of other stuff. No, it's just. Oh no, it was just a little prank, a hidden camera prank. You're welcome. See you later. So my name's Jack Vale.
Hi, Dad.
So I use social media all the time, and this experiment has definitely made me think a little differently about it, but I want to know what you guys think. Does it creep you out that a stranger can get this information about you, or no big deal? Let me know what you think in the comments below. See you later. Hi, I'm Jack Vale.
All right, so let me know what you think in the comments. Let me type your comments. What do you think about the video we just watched? Do you think it's creepy? Do you think it's fine that a total stranger just come and tell you about your life history? What do you think? Let me hear you in the comment section. Okay. Uncomfortable, right? Social media exposure is massive. We need to be careful, invasive and unnerving. Yeah. A lot of us are guilty of this, myself inclusive. So, but I've just been over the last few years trying to be careful, but be careful of the type of information you put out there. Something you don't want people to be aware of, to know about. Be careful, okay? Such that it's not be used against you. I know I'm very uncomfortable. Very stranger just comes and tells you your life history. Okay, so be careful. That's all. I could take from that. All right, so let's move quickly. And let's see other areas that we'll be discussing. Oh, Okay, so let's talk about credit card security for a bit. Some of you must have heard of what we call the PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, that was created by 5 organizations in the United States: Mastercard, Visa Card, Discovery, and all of that, to present a way by which we secure our credit card information. This is just looking at the whole credit card information as a whole. We have the chip, the PAN, that's the 16 digits number you have there, card holder name. Everything on your card is important. Everything on your card should be protected. And why is so? Because it can be used, to steal your money. It can be used as false identity or whatnot. And you might think, oh, what is there? As far as I know, my password is not exposed. You will be surprised. Your CVV, everything on the card should be like, you should never let your card out of your sight. And why am I saying this? Quickly, Samuel, we'll round session around 2:20 for questions. Yeah, thereabout. So Samuel, let's quickly watch the card security video. There's a video that I sent, and it's called Card Security. Let's watch that, and we'll come back and discuss the ways by which you see that your the information can easily be stolen and can be used to get money from you. So card security, please, quickly. Samson, go ahead, please.
Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. That report on Kmart's new store layout coming up. We begin with the ATM skimmers targeting your cash. Tonight.
Okay, all right. I'll just play this just to be sure.
Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. That report on Kmart's new store layout coming up. We begin with the ATM skimmers targeting your cash. Tonight, the professional gangs using high-tech devices on suburban teller machines. Fraud Squad police say thieves are also using tiny spy cameras to get your details as you enter them. But as Ben McCormack reports, there are ways to protect your money.
Oh, I feel like they should be put in jail, really. It's not really fair.
It's capable of capturing your card data as you enter the card.
The risk is the same as if they were to take your PIN away from you.
Treat your credit card like cash. Don't leave it out of your sight.
It's high-tech, highly organised, and it's fleecing your bank account.
Oh, it's just disgusting. Like, people work hard for their money.
They're the new super skimmers being placed on ATMs to catch unsuspecting customers. We'll show you what to look for.
That pinhole camera there is more than capable of capturing your PIN as you enter it.
So you don't get caught. Plus, is tap and go really safe? We have the verdict from the banks and the police. And tonight, a new consumer alert.
I think they're very brazen and very clever at the same time.
How your bank account can be hacked whenever you log into Wi-Fi.
And once you do that, that gives them the opportunity to go ahead and take your money.
So when I went to the ATM, I didn't notice anything unusual. I just went up to it as if I would any other ATM, got my money out, left, didn't think anything of it.
What Jordan Williams didn't know is that a skimming device had been attached to the ATM.
I first noticed there was a problem when I went to go transfer my car loan to my car dealership. I had $14,000 sitting in the account and $1,600 of that was missing.
There were 8 attempted withdrawals of cash from her account. 4 were successful.
It said TSB Hammersmith London and I was a bit like, oh, what's that? And I called my bank up and they were like to me, are you in London at the moment? And I was like, no, I'm calling you from my house.
This is a very serious crime. It can cause emotional distress and trauma to victims.
Commander Arthur Katsajanis from the Fraud and Cybercrime Squad says skimmers can make criminals millions of dollars.
We've had in the past many instances of overseas organised criminal syndicates, particularly from Eastern European countries, who have come in here very quickly, very well organised, and put credit card skimmers at a number of ATM machines around the metropolitan area, able to skim the details, obtain the PIN numbers of the victims, and then they fly out before they're detected.
To skim your credit card and steal your money, thieves need 2 lots of information: your card details and your PIN. And here's how they do it at ATMs. First, they attach what looks like a genuine piece of the machine over the top of the slot where you insert your card. This copies your card number. To get your PIN, they use a camera, usually by attaching a false panel on the machine with a tiny hole for the lens.
Just pull the card skimmer off the ATM, check this out.
Is it easy to tell if the ATM that I'm using has been compromised?
Look, it's very, very difficult.
Superintendent Matthew Kraft is showing us some of the skimmers that the fraud squad has found.
And this device here is placed over the original card reader, and it captures your card data as you insert it into the machine.
So you'd have no idea, or a user like me would have no idea that that's not a genuine part?
That's right. You need to be very careful about having a look at the machine before you start.
The police don't want to show us the technology behind the devices, but it is sophisticated.
And they certainly make these devices to suit, to make it look as real as possible.
The spy cameras are even harder to detect.
Once again, this just looks like a piece of plastic, and this would be placed on the machine vertically like this. But if I can just turn it, and right there's a tiny little pinhole camera. It's more than capable of capturing your PIN as you enter it, and that's why it's so important to cover your PIN in all circumstances.
I won't put my bank card into any ATMs regardless anymore.
The bank eventually refunded Jordan Williams the money that was stolen from her account, but she'll never trust an ATM again.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with the ATM I went to. I didn't think this happened in Australia, but, you know, now that it's happened to me, I'm going to tell everyone I know, don't use them.
Where is my card? Your card is in my pocket.
If you use your card to pay for taxis or a restaurant, you're also at risk.
I was just about to pay the fare, so he just passed me the EFTPOS machine, which was here. As soon as I leant in to go and put in my PIN, I saw him under the right-hand side of the dashboard.
On his way home from a night out, a quick-thinking Mitch Walker caught this cabbie skimming his car.
Obviously, he wanted a bit more money than the actual cab fare.
Here's how it's done. All it takes is for one extra swipe of the card in a bogus machine, and all of your details are saved into the device and later downloaded to a computer. Then they can be copied onto dummy cards, and the crooks have their own version of your card for use wherever they like.
If you're going to a restaurant or a cafe, don't let the credit card out of your sight and insist on using the POS terminal in front of you and within your sight. Don't allow your credit card to be swiped more than once.
What about contactless payment like tap and pay?
Yeah, the beauty of tap and pay, generally you keep it in your hand, you don't put it into a device, so the opportunity to skim it isn't there.
But can thieves swipe your details simply by getting close to your handbag or wallet? Yes, they can, but they can't get your PIN number, and without that, the details are useless.
So it is very, very safe. In fact, in many ways, a lot safer than carrying cash around with you.
The Commonwealth Bank is leading the way with customer security, including developing a new app that gives customers much more control over the security of their own accounts. Clive Van Horen explains.
So you can lock your card. Any ongoing recurring payments, like if you've got a direct debit paying for something, that will be unaffected. But any unusual transactions will be locked.
But there is one area where you could still be at risk.
If you're going into a cafe or a restaurant that's got free Wi-Fi, and you go onto that Wi-Fi and you're doing personal transactions or banking transactions, internet banking and the like, you could be vulnerable to becoming a victim.
Unsecured Wi-Fi allows anyone to hack your device. Without you even knowing, someone sitting near you can download your account details and passwords. The rule, never access your online banking using free Wi-Fi.
Again, it falls back to us as individuals in the community to make sure that we stay vigilant and do not become complacent with our security in terms of our credit card usage or internet banking.
And if you've been the victim of card fraud, we want to know. Send us an email or give us a call.
Hi, I'm Jack Vale, and I wanted to see how
All right. Thank you very much. So I want to see us in the comment section. What do you think about this video? Does it creep you out as well? What do you think? Is it scary? Think it's something that we are exposed to, that we are vulnerable to. I want to hear from us, please. Comments, please, from the comment section. Comments. I want to see comments, please. Yeah, I love the part of the video where the hacker is an older person. You often feel the hackers are young people with dreads and saggy pants. I like that. Thank you. Yes. What else? What else? Contactless is the way to go. Okay. But it's still very new around here. Okay. Yes. What else? What else? Did you see the parts? I said that, for most of us, that go to public spaces, whether to a cafe or most of us that travel a lot, at airport lounges, departure lounges where we have free Wi-Fi, you should never, on no occasion, transfer money, log into your banking details at that point. You can, go on the internet, maybe Facebook, YouTube and the likes, but do not log into your mobile banking details. Why? Because at the point whereby you're using the free Wi-Fi, there are a lot of vulnerabilities associated with that. There are gateways by which your system, your device can be compromised because it's not from a trusted source. So be careful when you're in the public spaces and using free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi are good, but be careful what you do with them. The tiny camera is difficult to detect. I know. That's why we have to be careful. That's why when you want to put in your password, take the extra pin to cover your pin. When you're putting in your pin, use your body to cover, show the self, so that nobody's looking at or the camera can't see. Cover yourself while putting your pin. If you see some people do this, I might think, this person is being too extra. You never know. Okay? All right. I like the fact that we're getting things from it. Okay. Thank you. So what are my responsibilities? The do's and the don'ts. All right. So we're rounding up now. Cyber safe checklist. Backup online and offline files regularly. Strengthen your home network. Use strong passwords. Keep your software updated. Manage social media profiles. Check privacy and security settings. Avoid opening and delete or suspicious emails or attachments. Does this picture look familiar, please? I want to see comments. What do you think about this picture? Is it funny or does it look familiar? Does this picture ring a bell? I want to see comments, please. What do you think about it? Very, okay. What do you think about the picture? What does it tell you? My favorite snack, okay. What else does it tell you? Bolisela, what else does it tell you? Look closely. What else is the picture saying? What else is the picture saying? Paper used belongs to a company. Fantastic. Okay, we need to shred documents. Yes, in private software wrapping, the best. Okay. Okay, confidential. Fantastic. That's where I was going to. It looks very funny. Most of us, you buy, corn on the roadside, buy barley and groundnut on the roadside, roasted plantain and all of that. But the point here is that you can see this document, particularly belongs to an organization. It's classified as confidential. What would have happened is probably the person that works on this particular document was done with the document, just threw it into the bin. The cleaner came in the morning, just packed everything, dumped it in the bin. The woman selling barley as a supplier, as one of the cleaners that brings paper to her, just brings paper to her. She supplies the person barley and they have exchanged transactions. Meanwhile, somebody's confidential information is there. These documents could have gone anywhere. It could have gotten to the wrong hands. Private information, confidential information. We've seen people's NYSC certificates being used to serve groundnuts, serve barley. People's even degree certificates. It looks very funny, but this is the reality. We need to be careful. Confidential information should not be put out there. Remember, by definition of information security management system, it is the protection of the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information asset. In this case, confidentiality has been breached. Okay, so we need to be careful. All right. What is wrong with this image? Or do you think there's anything wrong with this image? That's a better question to ask. Do we think there's anything wrong with this image? Password exposed for all to see. Thank you very much. Some of us are like this. When we go to our table, you have sticky notes, everything. I can write a whole chapter about you. The time you pick your kids up from school, the countries you go on vacation, your best color, your best this, your spouse's full name, your address. Like you can see, your table is all your information. Please be careful what you put out there. All right. All right. So I'll just quickly speak to this because of our time. I'll not dwell too much on this. It's important that as much as possible. Yes, the confidential documents you have further expose the code, except it's not a real company. Yes, it is a real company. Yes, talking about password management. the more complex your password is, the more difficult it is for it to be guessable. You know, that's what we call password sprays. That can help easily guess your password. It's important as an organization, as a person, you know, you must pay attention to make sure that as much as possible, your password, you introduce special character, lowercase, uppercase, and punctuations, add numbers to them. So the more difficult, the more complexity you put to your password, the harder it is for it to be easily guessable and not repeat passwords and all of that. Because of our time, I will not dwell too much on this page and all of that. Okay, so other tips: never let anyone else use your account. Only use your own accounts. Choose a strong password. Never tell anyone your password. From what I see, secrecy is the future. I agree. Okay. Also create predictability. Never tell anyone your password. Never write it down. Use a different password for each system. You can use password management applications. You know, use two-factor authentication where possible. Okay. A picture is worth 1,000 words. All right. Let's play that office video, please. Because of our time, maybe not today. Okay. Someone figured out my password. Now I have to renew the first one. No, the other ones, don't worry. Now I have to renew rename my dog. Some of you, your password is so easy to guess. Imagine someone using their dog's name as their password. Some of you use your birth certificate, your date of birth. As much as possible, be careful. We really don't have time, but let me take a consensus. Now, I usually like to take consensus. Where the time I was given, I was supposed to round this up by 3, but I want to see comments in the comment section. Can we spare an extra 15 minutes? Yes or no? Let me see the comments in the comment section. That will determine whether we can play more videos or I should just round up now. Yes or no? Can we spare extra 15 minutes so we finish by 3:15? So let me see more comments. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Continue, please. Okay, yes or no? Let me see more comments. I need to see. Okay. Okay, yes. All right. Okay. I want to believe we are getting something. All right. So, Samson, let's play the next video. The one titled Staff Security Awareness. Now, let's pay attention to this next video. Some of us in our offices, we have been careless with some of these things, how we share our passwords with our colleagues. We go to public places, lounges, pubs, we are drinking and being careless with sensitive information. But let me not say too much. Let me not give too much away. Let's watch this next video and we'll come and discuss. Okay, yes. So please, we are spending an extra 15 minutes. So this is almost 3 o'clock. So by 3:15, 3:20, they're about to be rounding up. All right. Thank you very much for giving me extra time. All right. So Samson, you have the floor.
(19:09). Water supply in the region continues to be severely restricted. There's mounting speculation the incident was caused by a serious security breach.
It could happen like this.
What happened? Dad?
Yeah, I know.
9:19. The fire at the electricity substation is still raging. There are now unconfirmed reports a vehicle drove straight through the main security gate just before a loud explosion was heard.
Or perhaps on another day, it starts like this.
(9:09). Mobile phone coverage across the region is affected, and a spokesperson says that they're still trying to find the cause.
Who knows?
Could be a lot of little things.
The incident has caused chaos on the road networks as people struggle to get to work.
It ain't working.
Is it just a local inconvenience? Or has something more serious happened?
Something that could affect everyone.
Or just the place you work?
What, right now?
Or just you?
Yep, I'm on my way.
All it takes is one little nudge.
things are beyond your control.
What's going on?
You better sit down. As you know, the main servers are down. IT are going through the logs, and they think it's more than just a glitch.
Yeah? What's that got to do with me?
Is this your user ID and password?
Yeah?
Do you know that feeling in your stomach when the finger's pointing at you?
Does anyone else know your password?
Well, no, I don't think so. Well, only Helen.
Who's Helen?
It's my line manager.
Better get her in here right now.
Computer glitch? Human error? Or was it planned? It doesn't take much to bring our world crashing down. We want our everyday lives to be reliable, predictable. There's so much we take for granted. Power in our homes. Supermarket shelves always full. Mobiles working around the clock. Information at the click of a mouse. And supporting this just-in-time, push-button world are services and industries that are the engine room of our economy.
The backbone and lifeblood we all depend on. I'm talking about our national infrastructure.
But if this network is so important to us, it'll be important to them. People with their own agendas, people who want to cause major disruption, maximum publicity. They're organized and patient. They do their homework, adapting techniques, looking for where they're most likely to succeed, discarding where they won't. And it's not always about explosions and casualties. Electronic attack, using your IT systems, is just as concerning.
Isn't this all a bit heavy-handed? These things happen. The system's often breaking down.
Not like this. This can only have happened by someone having direct access.
Sorry, but what's this got to do with Nick?
The logs show that connection was made last night using Nick's ID and password.
Yeah, but as I keep saying, I didn't do anything last night. I wasn't even here.
Look, I'm just trying to get the facts straight. The CEO's cancelled everything and he's on his way back for a debrief.
Take a step back. Think about where you work and what you do. You may realize you're more important to some people than you think. You need to protect your business, and your business needs to protect you. That's why there are security measures in place. But there's no point in having any standards if no one follows them. Take Helen, the day before it all kicked off.
Oh, Nick, my laptop's still in IT. Can I borrow yours for tonight? Great. I just need to catch up on some stuff. What's your password?
Yeah, it's MANUN.
What? Yeah, I could have guessed. I think I can remember that one. Cheers.
Wherever you work, whatever your role, security is your responsibility. Of course, there's the common sense stuff. Standards you probably keep at home. You wouldn't let a stranger into your home if you didn't know who he was. So why let one in at work? Know where you work and what access is restricted. If you see a visitor without an ID badge, ask them, why not? If you're worried about confronting someone, tell someone who's paid to make sure.
They may be completely innocent. A new member of staff or a contractor in to fix a problem. But then again, they might not.
Passwords. They're assigned specifically to you, so keep them secret and don't write them down or leave them lying around. Memory sticks. Who knows what's inside them? company accounts, delivery details, names and addresses of staff. Let's hope that one's encrypted. Emails. Trojan horses, viruses, malware are all bits of software that can burrow themselves into the heart of your organization's IT. Spam. Do you open every strange email without thinking? I don't. Why would I need all that Viagra, those dodgy loans, that Russian bride? And then there's stuff that's beyond the basics. Like company websites. How much detail should be on there? Appreciate where you work. Are you helping someone to identify your business's most sensitive areas?
Yeah, I know.
Keep things safe.
I'll see you down there. Bye.
What does your organization think about taking confidential material off-site? Or locking certain items away? Or the shredding of sensitive information?
If in doubt, find out. Last one out of the office? Switch off or lock the PC and make sure desks are clear and cupboards secure.
Honestly, when I left, everything was fine.
Okay, what about last night at home logging on? Did you download something? Anything at all will help us.
No, I didn't even have my laptop with me.
So, where was the laptop last night?
Out with a few mates after work.
I have got the best clip to show you.
Oh, not
Honestly,
now.
you will love it. Where's your laptop? Come on.
If you're handed a memory stick, even by a friend, just think first. Do you know where it's been?
That's brilliant.
It's funny at the time, but there may be some explaining to do later.
Okay, yes. I was hoping to catch up on some work, but by the time I got home, it was late. I never even used the laptop. I gave it straight back to Nick this morning.
Where's the laptop now? We need to examine it.
It's on my desk. I was using it this morning.
I think you should take a look at this. He was wandering around the building after 7. We don't think he's staff.
I could be off the hook. But it's not really about blaming individuals. More to do with a collective failure. Little point in closing the stable door now. Just be conscious about security. If you're not switched on to even the simplest security steps, it puts everyone at risk. Be proactive. Try to anticipate problems and understand how they're caused. If you see something wrong, then report it. If you can suggest an improvement, tell someone. Intelligence and experience indicate we have to be increasingly aware of a potential attack on our national infrastructure. If everyone takes responsibility, there will be no weak links to exploit. No confusion. No panic. No alarm.
Sorry, make the wrong switch.
Everything as normal. Reliable.
Heavy traffic today coming into town, and a quick look at the weather. Today is going to be cloudy, cold and wet.
Predictable.
Thank you, Samson. All right, very valid statement there. If everyone takes responsibility, there will be what? There will be no weak links. So, comment section, please. Quickly, comment section. 1 or 2 things from this video, please. Could see how staff was careless. Comment section, please. 1 or 2 comments from the video. Yes, comment section. Okay, more security aware. Yes, thank you. What else? It's a collective responsibility. Thank you. Regular sensitization of staff is key. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Okay. Multi-factor authentication. It's important as an organization, they deploy this in place. Thank you. Never drop the ball from your end. Okay. What you know, what you have, what you possess. What is what you know? The knowledge. That is your password. You know your password, what you possess. Maybe a token, and what you have, your fingerprint, facial recognition, and the likes. Well, the more levels of security you have, the better you are as an organization. So what are the rules? Ensure security awareness organization. Conduct cybersecurity emergency simulation to employ employees' readiness. Use multi-factor authentication where necessary. Encrypt your data and backup as often as possible. Always verify financial transactions with a manager before processing. Avoid the use of public Wi-Fi for sensitive operations. Reduce your online footprint. Be wary of what you post on social media. Ignore the S in HTTPS. So once you go to a site, a website, a link, and you don't see the S in HTTPS, be careful. It's probably a phony site. Get an antivirus software even on your mobile devices. Restart your laptop frequently to ensure latest patches, updates are installed. Okay? Do still lock computer screen when not in use. Shred, insulate, or pop sensitive paper documents. Ensure sensitive digital documents are password protected or encrypted. For mobile devices, use screen lock and, if possible, old disk encryption. Call when in doubt on suspicion of what? Mail sender. Trust but verify. Keyword, trust but what? Verify. Change password regularly. Risk management procedures are important. Bring external experts, legal backup. Fantastic. Always check that you are sending an email to the correct person. Log off VPN connection after use. Configure anti-spam tools and SIM solution. Enterprise log monitoring solutions with business email compromises. Why don't you use the same password for all your devices, for all your logins? Okay, what are the don'ts? Do not open emails in the spam folder or emails whose sender you do not know. Do not open attachments in emails of unknown origin. Do not click on short links from external sources. Do not use reusable passwords on other sites. Do not reuse passwords on other sites. Do not write down your passwords or store your devices. Do not use your official email to register on sites or on official platforms. Never insert unknown media into pieces or devices, e.g. a USB stick you have found. Okay? Do not store corporate, do not store corporate confidential data on mobile devices unless previously approved. Do not use your official work tools for unofficial work. Do not disable your antivirus software. Some of you are guilty of this because you want to maybe go to torrents, download movies and stuff like that. You disable your antivirus. You should never do that. All right, quick question. Is there anything wrong with this picture? If yes, what do you think is wrong with it? If no, let me know why. Is there anything wrong with this picture? Let me see the comments in the section, please. Comment section. Is there anything wrong with this picture? CCOP, yes, thank you. Cluttered decks, leaving sensitive information open for hackers. Easy access, yes. No clean desk policy. Thank you, fantastic. Chunk of documents on the work desk. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Unorganized. Thank you very much. It is important to protect all sensitive information and information assets in your work area, either at home or at workplace. Clear desk, clear screen. Right? Make sure that your table is always clear, especially when you're leaving the desk. For email, what are the tips that we need to look out for? Use your official email for work-related purposes only. Do not use your official email for unofficial suspicions. Never send confidential information by email unless it is encrypted. Okay, always check that you are sending an email to the correct person. Read and comply with the email policy. Protect your email password. Email is often used to verify what you sent in other applications. Antivirus, never disable your antivirus protection. Okay, keep your antivirus signatures and updates current. Allow a scan to be performed regularly. Report any antivirus found to the IT help desk. Mobile computing, never leave unattended in a public space of vehicle. Keep locked away when not in use. No confidential information to be stored on mobile devices unless previously approved. Use screen lock and, if possible, disk encryption. Do not install unauthorized software. Do not allow others to use your business device. Consider backups and antivirus protection. Removable media, so your disk ROM, your CD-ROM, your USB drives and the likes. Any attachable devices with storage, e.g. USB drives, memory cards, etc., should not be used unless previously approved. Must be encrypted if confidential information is to be stored. Never insert unknown media into your PC or device, e.g. USB sticks you found on the floor or something. Summary: we must protect our information assets. The consequences to the organizations are potentially very severe. Pardon me because of our time, that's why I'm just rushing through it. If you have questions, you can still ask them, please. Okay? The organization will do what it can, but you have a part to play in achieving this. Be careful and vigilant, especially on the internet. If you are unsure, please ask your manager. Familiarize yourself with the application's policies and procedures. In summary, remember, there's no such thing as what being absolutely cyber secure. Cybersecurity is as easy as what? A, B, C. And what does that mean? Always be careful. Always be careful. Finally, before we go, this is the last one for the day. Let's watch this final video that kind of sort of summarizes all the information and cybersecurity tips, and then we'll take questions. So yes, Samson, please go ahead. The last video that speaks to doors of security. Please play the last video, and we are done for the day. Samson, go ahead, please. Samson, are you there? Okay, Samson. Okay, we seem not to be hearing from Samson. All right, so I'll just round up. Okay. Like we said, cybersecurity is as easy as what? ABC. Always be careful. In conclusion, information security is incomplete without who? You. Information security is what? Everyone's responsibility, with no exceptions. Thank you very much. I hope this has been a good use of your time. I hope you've gotten a few tips from all we have discussed so far. Yes, comes through the we help craft best of risk management documents in line with legal framework saves documents. Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Sholakwe Akinde. I work with the Digital Jobs Limited. We implement standards like this for organizations like yours. So if you're interested in implementing any of the international best practice standards like information security management system, cybersecurity, business continuity, service management, you can reach out to us, and then we'll take the conversation from there. Thank you very much for coming. I think I have just one question, and let me just see if I can quickly do justice to that. So Toby, Tobola and Said says, statistically, what with all the losses to cybercrime across Africa, especially in Nigeria, what are the IT's experts in Africa doing to take us out of these no alternative options, like the way they did in China and in India, as you mentioned? So, Tobola, Said, in all honesty, the answer is at this point, we are stuck with them. Unless we have visionaries in Africa that can, build applications that are Pan-African, such that we can keep our information, our data within our ecosystem. If not, as of today, we have no alternative to Facebook, alternatives to Google, like you said, like they have in China and all of that. Until then, we are stuck with them, and they'll continue to harvest our information, our data, to be able to use for marketing purposes. All right, so that's just the unfortunate situation we are facing. However, what you must do is also, as much as possible, protect yourself, such that you limit the amount of information you put out there, such that you not become an easy target and you not be preyed upon. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Sholakwe. I lost my audio for a while. And I believe, even though most of us dropped off, I think the video was praising and some people dropped off. But I believe we've gained a lot, we've learned a lot, and we now have a better understanding knowing that security, it's all our responsibility. And you can follow Sholakwe Akinde on LinkedIn. That's his name. Search him out and follow him. You know, this webinar was put together by Curacell. Curacell is an insurtech company, and of which most of you are already our clients. And if you're not, you can check us out at curacell.co. We help insurance companies, especially HMOs and all, to better deliver their product and service their customers, especially in the areas of claims and in the areas of fraud. So you can reach out to me at samson@curacell.ai, and we'll be able to take it up from there. I can see 2 more questions here. Are you going to share the slide with participants? Yeah, we're going to share the video actually. We're going to share a link to the video so you can watch the video all over again, and in the video you can see the slides there. I wish we have more time, and but what I can promise is that we're going to do this more efficiently another time, and we're able to accommodate more people, more time, and probably more than one day, so that we don't have a stretch of information at the same time. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Sholakbe, and have a great day.
All right, thanks, and thanks for coming. Thank you. Have a nice day.